Hello and welcome back to another video. So I actually purchased this magazine back in July 1995 and it was issue 1 of Gamepro. Now I think this was really big in America, and I think it was out in America, you know, the late 80s. But obviously it came to the UK, and I'm pretty sure I've already covered the supplement that came with it, which was the Gamepro Video Game Hardware Outlook. And it was just absolute pure coincidence. This was actually the time when there was the most different consoles on the market, as well as, of course, the home computer machines that you could also buy. So 95 was really when it was all kicking off. You know, the end of the 16-bit era, the start of the CD generation, the promise of cheaper games, no longer having to make those cartridges. But of course, never actually came to light, did it? So here we go, Street Racer, released on everything known to man, although at the time, just the two 16-bit platforms. Even more adverts, some Game Boy action. Expand your mind. The next generation is almost upon us. Interactive TV is quickly becoming a reality, and finally the video gaming market is picking up the pace again. Oh yes, after the big crash, we are back. And here we go. Bit of an interesting contents page. Of course, won't be anything without news and more adverts. And it's often fascinating, obviously not going into much detail here, but fascinating finding out stuff that was announced to be in development that never came to actual light. So here we go, Gex on the 3DO. So it begins. 75%. Theme Park on the Super Nintendo. High 90s. Putty Squad 87. High Octane, a game I really wanted to love, really did. Unfortunately, pretty mediocre on the majority of platforms. Fatal Fury Special 71. Out now. Brian Lara Cricket. Actually a very, very competent cricket game. And another one here, Super International on the old SNES. Okay, short form reviews. Wow, Hagane, 87%. That game is absolutely fantastic, and very recently tried that for the first time. Virtual Fighter on the Saturn. Wow. Okay, got a bit of 32X action there. And here we go, what can we buy? We can get the original PlayStation 475 $99, and that includes Toshinden or Ridge Racer. Or we can get the Saturn, slightly cheaper, including Virtual Fighter, $3.99 or less. Cool for the latest price. Game-wise, what we're looking at, if you want Astral on the Sega Saturn, you're looking at $84.99. Panzer Dragoon, $89.99. I've got a copy if you want to buy it. Fire International. Silverload PC CD-ROM. There's quite a lot of pages on this and a lot of reviews. Street Racer, Sampras, 96. Loved that back in the day. Phantom 2040. Recently played, that's a decent game. BC Racers, Fahrenheit. Wow, the 32X. Look at it, the amount of reviews for it. Never been so many in one magazine. CDI, Super Turrican 2. Fatal Fury 3. Wow, we had Fatal Fury Special on the Super Nintendo, and we're on Fatal Fury 3 here on the Neo Geo. Wow, 90%, they're loving it. Super Burnout on the Atari, 80%. Wow. Ultra Vortex on the Jaguar. Not sure I've ever seen that one. Oh, a bit of Star Trek. And I'm getting handache. Oh, I've had to switch hands, which is probably a bad move, but Viracop on the Amiga. Banging out the Amiga, you know what I'm saying? We've got 16-bit, we've got computers, PCs, Amigas, we've got the CD hardware, the Mega CD, the CDI, the Saturn. We've got the PlayStation, we've got the Atari Jaguar, Sensible Golf. Gutted that never came to console. They really liked it, 86%. FX Fighter on the PC CD-ROM. I bet that's not looking so handsome these days. Wow, it's just wall to wall, isn't it? Fever Pitch Soccer, I used to play that a lot. Brutal, what do they give it? 80%, okay. Sequest DSV, 72%. First impression of this Mega Drive cart weren't too favourable. The graphics are a bit on the clumsy side, and there's definitely something lacking in the playability department as well. Oh, bit of Game Boy action. Let's not forget about the handhelds. Oh, let's get ready to rumble. Judge Dredd. This is a brilliant game, this is Judge Dredd. On both the Super Nintendo and on the Mega Drive. Here we go, E3. Recently announced that there'll be no more, but these are the heady days. And as you can see, everyone's having a great time playing on their Virtual Boy. And look at this, just all the different stands. Kemco are going to be there, Mindscape, Koei, Interplay, Viacom, Sega America, Psygnosis. The list just goes on and on. SNK of America were going to be there. Seta were going to be there. Wow. Okay, hot in the arcades. Mortal Kombat 3, yes. Street Fighter the movie. Cool Rider. Virtual Striker. Super Sidekicks 3. Fatal Fury 3. Wow, good times in the arcades. There's more. Oh my gosh. Wow. Real heyday of the arcades as well, wasn't it, really? The mid-90s. Some fantastic machines. And here we go. Bit of Batman. Played this very recently. And I have to say, not the greatest of games, but interesting, the graphical style. And here we go, Prospects. Wow. And these are just what's coming in the near future. Time Warner, wow. Virtual Racing. Toshinden. No love for Toshinden. Oh, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Primal Rage. Wow. Wasn't that a thing? Oh, Ridge Racer. That's coming. Rayman's coming. Actual Soccer. Loaded's coming. Wow. Total Football. Sega Rally. Comic Zone. Just crazy. Astral. Cyber Speedway. Looking nice in the screenshots there. Daytona. Virtual Fighter on the 32X, let's not forget. Representing. Wow, there's a lot of Saturn stuff here. Okay, fill in and win. Oh, I never filled that in, and therefore I never won. Oh, we've got some more stuff going on here. Next Generation Specialists in Walsall Town Centre. Get yourself down there. The arcade, Bradford Street. SWAT Pro. It's got to be. What's this? Tips guide. Eternal Champions. You know, want to know how to play this game? This magazine has got all the moves. They were just too young to die. Never really got into Eternal Championship, to be honest. Night Warriors. On the arcades, wow. Handy to get the move set. What's this? Mega Drive? Look at all those Sonic 1 lock-on codes. Oh, you'll be up all night filling those in. More and more tips. There's a lot to this magazine. Obviously it didn't impress me that much because I only ever bought one issue, but I think at the time $2.95 was quite expensive. It was no Mean Machine Sega, was it? They've barely even took the Michael out of the reader yet. Yeah, there's a lot of hints and tips. Shaq Fu. Get your Game Genie codes, they're in here as well. Oh, the Gamepro directory. Wow, we've got them all in here. You want to get something in Leeds? You're sorted. What, Bournemouth? No problem, pop down to the video game centre. Okay, alright, okay, so you're in Liverpool. Get out chip shop. Wild consoles. Just amazing that you could get all of these things. Unfortunately at the time, I don't think I even had access to a checkbook, never mind about a credit card or debit card or whatever they were called back then. Well, yeah, there we go, GamePro. I suppose I might as well just have a quick flick through this, even though I've made a video on it before. Very interesting. what's said in here. But like I said at the very start, just an incredible time for video gaming. 1995. It's got to go down as one of the best years in the history of video games. And a sad note at the end there. RIP Super Nintendo. Get yourself a Jaguar 159. They were struggling at this point, weren't they? 149. They knew the end was coming. Even the CD add-on wasn't going to help. But yeah, that's it. Stations of a Train Spotters. This is for real.